Welcome back to FM Story. In the last episode, we got season 10 of our series with Sporting underway. We're currently sat at top of the table, 6 points clear. We've only dropped 2 points in the league so far this season. We did get off to a disappointing start in the Champions League against Barcelona, but we do have big games coming up in the Champions League against West Ham, Salzburg, Napoli and Dortmund. Hopefully we can get back on track on there. And also, we'll get started in the domestic cup competitions as well. But without further ado, let's get straight into the action. We ended the last episode with a win against Benfica. Since then, we've managed to continue that good form and sort of revitalise our season after the defeat against Barcelona and Braga in the last episode. The first game after the Benfica game was a game against Dortmund in the Champions League, which allowed us to get ourselves back on track in the Champions League. We were 3-0 up at half-time and just ran out comfortable 3-0 victories. We then went away to Casapia in the league and we picked a rotated team. In the end, we came away with a 2-1 victory, but it wasn't their most dominant of performances. We did struggle a bit, particularly after we scored the first goal. They came more into the game. They obviously equalised. It was made easier to see the game out by them having the player sent off after we went ahead. We then went away to Gondomar in the Taça Portugal, again with a rotated team, and came up comfortable 6-0 victors, doubles for Pascual, Hurdy and Pedri. And then we went away to West Ham in the Champions League. They obviously, you wouldn't expect them to be in the Champions League, but they finished 6th in the Premier League last season, which was enough to get them into the Champions League. We got off to a great start with a goal by David Raya after 6 minutes. The rest of the first half was a bit dire from both teams, and then we got 2 goals in quick succession in the second half to really take control of the game and to come away with a 3-0 victory. And obviously now we've got Vitória Guimarães coming up in the Allianz Cup, which is probably one of the harder group stage games that we've had in the Allianz Cup so far in the whole save. As far as the Champions League is concerned, we're currently sat in 7th after 3 games. Despite that bad defeat against Barcelona on the opening day, we're in a strong position, and hopefully we can kick on now to make sure we finish in that top 8. And hopefully we should be okay because we've got games left against Salzburg, Napoli, Feyenoord, Beveren and Villarreal. So hopefully we should be able to get enough points from that to be able to finish in the top 8. And then as far as the league's concerned, we're currently top of the table, 6 points clear of Benfica, 7 points clear of Porto, who are down in 5th, and still unbeaten in the league this season. So hopefully we can keep that going, and hopefully we can possibly end up with another invincible season like last season. So this is the team we've picked for the game against Vitória Guimarães in the Allianz Cup. We've picked a fairly strong team just because it's going to be could be a difficult game. Obviously we've got to go with 2 under-21 Portuguese players in the team. So although Vitor Hurdy's a Brazilian, he qualifies as a Portuguese national, so he's playing through the middle, which isn't too much of a difference from the players we would normally play there. It's a slight downgrade from your Kouame's, Goossens, Alonso's, but not much. And then because the players that we've had in recent seasons, they've aged out of qualifying for the Allianz Cup, we've now pulled David Gomez out of the youth team to play in the number 10 role, and hopefully it doesn't cost us too much. It's a home game and we've picked a strong enough team, so hopefully we should have enough about ourselves to at least pick up the victory here. Obviously Vitória Guimarães have already played Académica in the group stage and won there, so it's important that we don't lose this game. And that's not the best of starts. That was the goal we're going for. I have to scramble one off our line in the first 10 minutes. And that is definitely not what we needed. In all of the seasons so far, let's say we've never gone out in the group stage. But if we lose this one, that will be guaranteed. Well, that was, I think we can safely say, pretty abysmal. I think we're going to need to make some changes at half-time here. So we made 3 changes at half-time. hopefully we can get ourselves back into this game, but it's not looking promising so far. Right, Bravo to Arda. Nianzu. Bravo. Bravo again into Arda on the edge of the box. What a goal. Bends it into the top corner from the edge of the area. Santos and Bravo knocking between themselves. Bravo infield to Arda, who pulled off the defence. Just takes a touch to set himself and then just bends it into that top corner out of the reach of the keeper. Much better. Alright, we made another couple of changes just to get some fresh legs on the pitch. Goosens back to Nianzu, to Kamara, who drives forward into Pedri. Looks for Kwame's run. He took it down well on the chest, but just lifted the volley over the bar. Right, Arda with the corner. Got Naples looking for Nianzu. It dribbles all the way across to Kwame at the back post, who just turns it home, and that's us in front. Arda with a low corner. Nianzu's shot just goes right across the goal, and Kwame just turns it in from a tight angle at the back post there. Right, Arrowsmith. Back to Nianzu. Bravo onto Arda. Into the box looking for Goosens. And there we go, 3-1. And that should hopefully be game over. And us in a really strong position to make it out of this group. Interestingly enough, it looks as though Benfica are losing. Or have lost the game in the group stage already. And there we have it. A 3-1 victory. Not the most impressive of performances. A lot better in the second half than we were in the first half. But we'll take it. Puts us in a good position going into the last game in the group stage, where we just need to avoid defeat against Academica to make it through. So hopefully we can just continue on with this good run of form. We'll probably be back next for the Napoli game. Since the Allianz Cup game against Vitória Guimarães, things have gone reasonably well. We're towards the end of November now. We've come back for the Napoli game in the Champions League. After the Vitória Guimarães game, we went into the game at home against AC Viseu with a fairly rotated team. Came away with a 2-0 victory. We did need to make some changes at half-time just to bring on some of the more regular first-team players. We then went away to Salzburg and won 3-0. First half, they had quite a lot of chances. Second half, we sort of turned on the silent and came away with a 3-0 victory. We then went away to Maritimo with again a rotated team and came away with a comfortable 3-0 victory. And then in the most recent game, we were at home to Estoril in the Taça de Portugal. And despite having Kamara sent off after about half an hour, we did end up coming away with a fairly comfortable 2-0 victory. And as far as the league's concerned, it means we are still top of the table. We're 6 points clear of Vitória Guimarães. We are 10 points clear of Benfica, 12 points clear of Porto, having played the same amount of games as them all. So we're in a really, really strong position again this season. So we're going to the game against Napoli with this team, pretty much our strongest team. We've gone with Hugo in alongside Santos in the midfield, because he's been complaining about not playing, and the rest of the players have been complaining that he's playing as well. So we'll give him a chance to see what happens. Right, Magnan, long. Goosens brings it down. Kwame gets it. Rivera down the left-hand side into the box. And his cross is blocked. But Hugo picks up a loose ball. Goosens from the edge of the box, and it's just wide. Goes for Simovic, Kamara, Ruwalt, wide to Estevez. He's got space to run into. Still going. Back inside to Santos. Sugo on the edge of the box. What a goal. And maybe we should have been starting him before now. Estevez makes the break down the right hand side. Pulls it back into Santos. He just squares it first time. Sugo takes a touch. And then just drills it past the keeper. Overall, pretty decent first half. But we could do with getting more chances on target. And they've got a corner. And our former player heads home to equalise. Given the team that we've got, corners are always going to be a problem. We don't have a very big team. I mean, the player on the line basically, the player on the post basically walked away from that one. Right. Alonso with the free kick. Ruot with the header. Is it going to be allowed? I mean, surely he wasn't offside. The goalkeeper looked like he fell over. Alonso with the free kick. Ruot gets his head to it. And the keeper looked like he collapsed. But we'll take it. And there we have it. A nice victory. It gives us 12 points from 5 games. With the games we've got left, we should have enough about us to guarantee a spot in that top 8 and get through to the round of 16 and not have to play in the playoff round. Otherwise, not the best performance, but we got the job done. And there we have it, the end of another episode. We're in a pretty strong position in most competitions. We've in pole position to get out of the Allianz Cup group. We've got a game against Benfica coming up in the attack of Portugal. We're well clear so far in the league, and we're currently sat in 5th. And we're currently sat in 4th in the Champions League phase with 12 points from 5 games. Long may that continue into the next episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.